There has got to be something I can do with this steering. It should not be this tight and popping and cracking.
Spin me once, spin me twice, caught in your grip. Oh, it feels so nice, round and round, yeah. I pay the price.
I got an idea. I know what can fix this. Let's try throwing some greasy bearings in the wheels. A little grease never hurt.
Roll me, baby, I'm losing my traction. Grease me up, I need some action. Turn me over, make me feel alive. Wheels are spinning, let's take that drive.
You know, I think I might be burning some oil. I'm sure that's not good. Okay, now it took me entirely too long to get this hood off even, because apparently you gotta take the headlights out of the hood to get the hood off. I don't understand why they couldn't just put a plug on here somewhere. That'd be way too easy, I think. So here's what I'm looking at. So right here is the little spindly thing that comes from the axle. I don't even know what these things are named here. But it looks like a majority of the weight and pressure is held right there. So as this thing turns, oh hey, that's not good. Yeah, it's probably not good when your tire's leaking green fluid. Might need new tires too. Okay, anyway, this little piece up here, this little spindly thing comes up here. Looks like there's a little bit of space right here where the bearing can take up by putting extra room down here. And then it comes up here. There's some sort of a steering knuckly pitman arm sort of a setup thing. I don't know what to call that. Coming up that arm, looks like there's some sort of a gear looking thing in here. And I bet you, as I turn the wheel, yep, that thing turns that little pinion, which turns the little gear thing, which pushes the arm back and forth, which turns this wheel, which then has like a drag link or something similar that goes over to the other tire. And as I'm over here looking, it's yep, pretty much same thing, little spindly thing, and then all the weight is right here. It does look like it attaches slightly different at the top, but since this is going to be the more difficult looking one to work on, I'm going to do this one first. And then the other is just going to be basically the same. I'm also going to see what I can do up in here to make this just go a little bit smoother. Because up under here, I'm not even sure how well I'd be able to see. I'm going to put a light right under there. It just looks like there's a hole right there in the dash that the steering wheel goes through. That's interesting. Doesn't look like there's a bearing or anything up in there. Why is that pink? Oh, that's probably rust. I can't imagine why there'd be rust on this thing. It just stays outside year-round since 2017, I think. Wow, has it really been that long? I'm pretty sure that's still the original oil filter. So maintenance on this hasn't exactly been my strong point. But then again, when it leaks so much oil, you just fill it up. I mean, that's kind of like an oil change, right? Okay, so what I've got here is, these were called thrust bearings. I've also heard them called needle bearings, roller bearings. There's, I'm sure, a dozen other names that people call these things. It's basically a washer with some little rollier pieces in here. Let me take these things out the bag. For like $3 or $4, you get, what is that, 4 washers and 2 of these little rollery things. What happens is as these things roll around, see all those little, well, you know, those roller bearings right there. So they just kind of, you know, glide it back and forth. It just takes all that weight and pressure off that spindly arm thing, axle, whatever that thing is. So one each of these is going to go on each of the wheels. I've got some gloves because I do plan on getting dirty and I don't want to mess up my delicate little hands. And then I figured since this thing pretty much lives outside, some extra tacky red grease would probably do the trick. Because it's high temp, anti-seize, extreme pressure, extra tacky, high temp, well, you get the point. And it's made in the USA. Rust belt even. And if it works there, I'm pretty sure it'll work down here too. So what I'm going to start off here doing is taking a 13mm and a 1/2 inch, which are, I believe, equally loose on there. Yeah, we'll go with equally loose. Doesn't matter which one goes on which. It doesn't matter which way it goes. And I'm going to go ahead and loosen this so I can pull this thing off. That should be good. And wouldn't you know it, that thing's still really stuck on there. Wow, that's probably rust oil down there pretty good. Loosen that up just a little bit. I'm sure that's going to need some loosening too. Oh yeah, I was going to put gloves on so I don't get my delicate little hands messy. There we go. Oh yeah, that's just way easier. Slid right off. I'm sure that could use some grease though. Maybe a little bit of degreaser, then some greaser. I wonder if I have any degreaser. Yeah, I got some degreaser. Slide this thing off. That's just a little, that's a thin little bushing. It doesn't do anything. Let's go ahead and jack this thing up and see if the wheel just falls off then. Stick this thing right under the center and up she goes. And oh, look at that. Oh no, the whole thing's just going to fall apart. Oh, could it really be that easy? No, of course not. But I bet you if I took that one off, the whole thing would just drop. Let me go ahead and do that. Well, it stays just fine right there. Just give it a little wiggle while it's coming down. There we go. Just gotta wiggle it. Just a little bit. Pop this cap off right here, which I'm sure just pops right off. Ah, whoops. Well, it's popped off. Little spritzy spray right here. Little bit of spray. Just a little bit. You don't need much. Just a little bit. And it's got one of these little crusher things, or whatever you want to call them, where it like smashes on. I don't know if you can see like the little, that's probably a better view. It's got one of these kind of things where you kind of have to like spin it or wiggle it to get it up. I'm not a fan of these things, but they do hold pretty well. So I'm just gonna work this thing one side and the other. If anybody has a good method for getting these things off of here, please let me know. Oh, there we go. Hey, that worked pretty good. Just put 2 screwdrivers under it and, you know, push. And this little guy just popped right off. No bushing or anything, it's some sort of a sleeve thing. So I'm guessing this will just fall right out. Let's see how well this goes. Well, it didn't exactly fall out, but we should definitely be able to do something with this. Ooh, maybe it did kind of just fall out. It hit the, where the deck spindle thingy goes down that way. The adjustment, whatever it is thingy. Actually came down, hit that, and stopped. So I should be able to do one side at a time. Just put this one back up in there. Nice and gentle like. And this one should drop out. Well, it didn't drop out. It's about that far from being able to. Oh, nope, there we go. Now this thingy looks about like this. This just is a dust cover, I think. But we can go ahead and, that's like 8 years worth of gunk in there. Yeah, we'll just leave it. It's fine. It's been there this long. I'm sure it's not going to catch fire. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's not going to catch fire. Just go ahead and smash this little sandwich of things right there. Just let them sit right there. Go ahead and put this thing back up in here. Should be even easier putting it up in. Because as soon as I put this one in, that one's going to fall out, hopefully. This one's up. Put this little bearing thingy right back in here. Put this steering thing back on here to hold the whole gizmo together. Probably helps if you line the tires, make it just a little bit easier. So if that one's going straight like that, that should be about straight-ish. Good enough. Probably set the thing back on the ground just to make it easier. This way I can get this thing smashed on here about as good as I can. So as it sits right there, in between those 2 pieces of metal, there's the little bearing thing right there. And then the spindle comes up, hits that little thing. So it doesn't look like it had nearly as much room as I thought. But it'll still grab right there. And then just tighten this guy back up. And if by chance, if I'm driving along and this thing loosens up and I see that there's a big gap in there, I can just loosen this, whack it down real good, tighten it back. No biggie. All right, that side's good to go. Crank this bad boy back up in the air, lift this up, and that'll drop down like the sweat off my forehead. About like that. Grab another bearing sandwich right here, stick it right here on that, and then put her back up in there. Just stick the pole in the hole. Oh, it didn't sound good again. Just put the shaft, no, there's gotta be a better name for this thing. What did I call it earlier? You know what, I don't know what did I call it earlier. Whatever that is, you stick that up in there, but now that I'm thinking about it, probably be good to go ahead and grease this guy up now. It would also probably be a good idea to maybe get some of this rust off, like a flat disc or something. Wire wheel. I'm too lazy for all that though. Just grease it, shove it back in there. I don't have a dedicated grease gun or, well, a clean glove really at this point. There we go. That'll work. Just put a big old blob of grease all up and down this thing. I'm sure that will work just fine. Maybe even grease, you know what? Let's go ahead and grease these things too. Ooh yeah, there we go. That should be good. And that is some extra, look at that, extra sticky. It can hang upside down. All right, go ahead and stick that thing back on there. That should be plenty of grease on there. And when that goes shoving up in here, should be lots of grease. Just put right up in there. Now let's see if I can get this thing up in here without making a huge mess. That goes back in. Wow, I just wiped all the grease off. I'll just put some more on. And it looks like there's almost just enough room. Maybe, probably, to get that little cappy thing back on here. If nothing else, at least this thing will go back on here. Probably gonna have to get a hammer or something for that. All right, I know I just put grease on you, but don't slide out. Kinda wish I could find a smaller hammer now, but whatever. And That was not nice and easy, Bob Barker. Oh, look at my pants. Had these pants for 20 years. Ah, well, that's what they're for now. And maybe, just maybe, there's enough room to put the cap on. And just cap it in. Boom, just like that. And now that I've thoroughly greased everything on me and this thing, let's go ahead and take this thing apart and do it again, because that's so much fun. The only thing more fun than doing a job once is doing it twice, because you don't know what you're doing. But now you do. You know what you're doing. Because you can watch the Village Idiot and go, hey, that dummy made a mistake. I'm not going to make that mistake again. That's what I'm here for. You're welcome, by the way. Uh-oh, where'd he go? Oh, it's going down the driveway. A little bit of grease up here. A little bit on this thingy. Let's see if I can hold it. Nope. Nope, that's not going to hold upside down. Way too heavy. But it will stick it on there. Well, that was excellent timing for my camera to overheat and stop recording. Anyway, yeah, that goes on there, then that goes on there, and then this goes to there. Make sure that this, again, pitment arm, I don't know what to call it. Make sure that this thing goes to the inside, not to the outside. As you can see from the grease here on the tire, I initially put it back that way. Don't do that. That's bad. But it is now flush at the top, which is good. Now, let's go ahead and work my way up here. Now, I'm pretty sure if I just lob a bunch of grease back in here, eventually it'll just kind of swirl around for this little, I don't even know how to show you. Right down there, there's going to be a pinion gear right there. And then there's a little swirly gear thing right there. See the little teeth right here? There, now you can see the whole thing moving, hopefully, a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and grease that thing up real good, just slap it on there. What could go wrong? Just put a big old blob on here, come back around over here, and just blob it on. Oh man, this stuff really is extra sticky. Ew, maybe put a bigger blob on there. Bob the blob. There we go. Now, as that thing continues to rotate around, put some more over here on these gears, mixed in with the grass and dirt, that'll be good. It's extra sticky, so it'll just get extra gunk in there. That should be more than goopy enough. I'm sure I could have done that neater. Then again, I could also use a pressure washer on this and clean it, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Now, up here, I think I kind of got some light on that. There's where the steering is going through. So I'm going to put a blob of grease around that and try and shove it in there about as well as I can. Because I don't think putting anything up in here, in between the steering wheel and, in here, I don't think anything in there is really going to help. Because I'm pretty sure that thingy right in there, right there, that's what needs to get some grease right there. I mean, it couldn't hurt, right? Just grab a big old blob of grease again. That's probably not big enough. That's okay, we can always go get more. And just blob it in there. A little bit more. And blob it inside. Right in there-ish. I'm sure that'll do just fine. It'll work its way around. It'll work its way in. I hope. Otherwise, maybe we'll just play with some grease in here. Who knows? Okay, now that's all fun and done. I'm going to go ahead and put the hood back on the tractor, get the headlights put back in, because that makes sense. See if I can, get some more footage of me driving around. See how much easier it is. It's got to be better than what it was.
Spin me once, spin me twice, caught in your grip. Grease
there she is back in her parking spot. Seat flipped up so the birds don't poop on it or the rain collect in it, so give me a soggy bottom when I go to sit down. My thoughts on this? Holy cow. That is like so much better. I was gonna like try and put a torque wrench on it or something to like put a number or a figure to how it feels exactly, but it's one of those things that numbers aren't gonna tell you everything you need to know. 1 pound difference in force feels way different. Now, if you're one of those people that likes to pew pew, you know the difference that just a little bit, like just ounces, can make in that little pull. Same goes for the steering wheels. It doesn't take much to drastically affect the amount of force it feels like when you're turning. Just a little bit of grease on there, a little bit of grease on there, a little bit of bearings on there, and I'm telling you, it feels like I can just slide it around with my thumb. I want to get one of those little steering wheel ball things. I'm gonna go get one. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go right now. Well, okay, not right now. But I'm definitely gonna get one of those little steering wheel ball things. So much easier, probably. Looking forward to it. All right, well, that is the paradigm for today. It may not be the right one, but it's what the channel's for. Make sure you do all those liking and subscribing thingies. It really does help out a small channel like this, like immensely. It really does. And of course, if you want to keep seeing more future videos like this, go ahead and click the description down below, and there's links to Amazon. That's how you can best support this channel. It's not much. It doesn't cost you guys anything. But anytime that you click on one of those links and then buy anything off Amazon, I'll get a very small portion of that, where I can then buy more stupid stuff and make more stupid videos. Yeah, so that's worth it. Totally worth it.
Spin me once, spin me twice.